Salutations, friends and strangers of the interwebs. Welcome back to the channel, Stevie Wonder Woman. I am said Stevie. Yep, I am said Stevie, and said Stevie just forgot what are we doing? Okay, lost my train of thought there as soon as I hit record. That's right. Uh, you gotta speak, dummy. Today I got a overview of this bad monkey right here. Specifically, this Southern Grind bad monkey. That's right. I finally remembered what the heck I'm talking about. This is one of the knives that. What? Whistle? Just some good old tasty ice water. This is one of the knives that came in the Sawtooth Dave Badass knife case. And this is definitely an interesting knife. This is my first go around with Southern Grind, who I believe is owned by Zach Brown of Zach Brown's band. Not familiar with the gentleman's body of work, but I believe that he is a country superstar of some sort. I'm not up on new country music. I know Shooter Jennings. I know that I know some Wheeler Walker Jr. For sure, I know some Wheeler Walker Jr. I'm more of an old school country boy myself. If I'm gonna listen to country, not my genre. So again, not really familiar with Zach Brown, but this is a knife that his company has put out, and it is made in the U.S. of A. I want to say that I read a little bit. I did read a little bit of research that I did. I think it's Peachtree, Georgia, but this is definitely a made in the United States knife. Big knife. This is a good work knife, but you're looking at a 4-inch blade, 14C28N. Don't have a lot of experience with 14C28N. The Solaris that I've been carrying, which happens to be right here, that's 14C. I know it's a good hard steel and keeps a good edge, so I think that the purpose of this knife is really to be a good work knife. So I think 14C28N would be a good steel for this. You do have satin on the flat grind there, and then a what looks to be tumbled or blasted on the flats. This is the carbon fiber variant. It's a very good carbon fiber. I would say there is no voids in it or anything. It does feel good. This comes in a lot of variants from what I remember. Different G10s. I think it comes in a Tanto tip as well. And then there's also a smaller version of this called the Spider Monkey that I think is like a 3.25-inch blade. But this one is the Bad Monkey. And again, big knife, 4-inch blade. I want to say that this is like a 5-inch handle on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. So we're coming in at over 8 inches, 8.5 inches on this knife. You can see I get a full 4. Good ergos on this. You got some jimping that rides up into the thumb ramp area there, and kind of on the. We'll talk about the Emerson wave feature that this has on here in just a second. One of the things I noticed right off the bat is the hardware looks to be like some proprietary hardware. It doesn't have your traditional Torx on the body screws. It does have Torx on the pivot and on the pocket clip, but I think one of my toolkits somewhere has like I have a bit that I think would work on that, but I don't keep one sitting around anywhere, so I don't know that maybe it comes with a tool. I don't know. Again, this was sent out of the box to me from Dave, so maybe there is a tool that comes with this. I don't know, but We're looking at a liner lock here. Very easy to access the liner lock, and I believe that these are titanium. They are. My magnet's not sticking to it, so the liners are titanium. So you have carbon fiber on titanium liners. Pocket clip. I don't like the looks of the pocket clip. It's short. It doesn't have to be a long pocket clip, but I guess that's just what aesthetics wise I'm used to. So when I see this, it's functional. I just don't like the pocket clip on it. And we'll get into more about how it carries in a little bit. Back to ergos real quick. Um, it feels pretty good in my hand. Again, I got big old mitts. This hump right here, though, so it's kind of got a little bit of a, you know, it's good to get in your palm. Like this does feel fairly comfortable. However, that part right there kind of does dig into the palm, kind of the heel of my hand. I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable, but I can feel it. I don't feel that pocket clip though at all. But the edges on this are nice and knocked down. So there's no hard edges on this. For the most part, this feels pretty darn good in hand. Again, just a little bit. I'm not gonna call it a hot spot, but I can feel it. But that's if I'm really bearing down on it. But mostly the ergonomics on this are really good. We can transition to the pocket clip. Talk about how it carries, and again, one of the other features. So it is on the bigger side, so I feel it in pocket a little bit more, but it goes in and out of pocket fairly easy. One of the things, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with this or not, and I'm not going to stand up and demonstrate, but it has that Emerson Wave feature, so it's supposed to be a one-handed deploy. Of course, it didn't do it. But this is kind of a I don't know if it's a self-defense feature built in by Emerson, but okay, I'm not going to fight it. But it's supposed to catch on your pants and deploy as you're pulling it out of your pants. That happened. I kept forgetting about it, and that actually happened probably 5 or 6 times to me. Like, oh yeah, this will deploy if you catch it on your pants right. So, um, that's not a feature that I like, that I need. I think if this was the only knife that I carried and I was cognizant of that, and I would remember that every time I go to pull my knife out of my pants, it's probably going to deploy on its own. But I carry multiple knives, and I kept forgetting when I was carrying this that happened. I don't like it deploying on its own without me knowing it. But that's how this knife is designed. So that's not the knife's fault. That's my fault. That's not a knock on it by any means. But that's not a feature that I'm really into. You can see it does have there on the blade the Emerson patent number. This is my only go around with a Emerson design. So I know that there's the SBRs. Is the ProTech? No, that's not. The SBR is an Emerson. Emerson's designed quite a few knives though, and I think it's more kind of self-defense, tactical. Again, being able to one hand deploy. I'd really like to be able to do that on camera, in case you guys aren't familiar with it, and kind of see what I'm talking about there. Let's see how this goes. Nope, it's not going to do it on there. But anyway, so there's that. Action is really good. It does have very usable thumb studs. That is its only method of deployment. You have very good access to thumb flick it, or if you wanted to middle finger flick it, you can. You just got to give it a little bit of wrist, which is no problem. Again, I didn't look this up, but I believe that it's running on washers, probably phosphor bronze washers, if I had to guess, just by the action. And knowing the design, this is more of a work knife. I think a lot of more used and abused daily hard use knives are going to be running on washers as opposed to bearings. And this feels like it's on washers. Now it's very smooth action, but this is, I don't think, haven't messed with the pivot, and the blade is extremely, there's no blade play in it, and it's completely centered, so I want to say the pivot's right where it needs to be. But this isn't going to be your, drop to the nail, fall shut knife. This isn't meant to be a, yes, I can get it to shake shut, but again, that's not really what this knife is designed to be. Could it be if I spent some time with it, tweaking it? I don't know, maybe. But again, not every knife is meant to be drop shut, and you get what I'm saying. This knife is very smooth though, and the price on this is only $229. So, I mean, look, that's a substantial price, but for what you're getting, I think this is a very good deal. Made in the USA, 14C, 28N, carbon fiber. Uh, I just think that this is, again, a purpose driven knife that this is something that I would recommend for someone looking for just a nice, solid, hard use EDC knife. It's not for me. Not that I don't hard use or EDC my knives, but that Emerson deploy there is just not something that tickles my fancy. Again, if this was a only knife that I owned, and I would always remember that that's going to happen, I would probably get used to it. But again, it's caught me off guard every time that it's happened, and I switch up my carry too much. Um, Obviously, I carry multiple knives every day, but I don't always carry the same knife every day. I do have quite a heavy rotation, so I don't want to be thinking about how my knife is going to come out of my pocket. I just want to pull it out of my pocket and deploy it on my own. But again, that's not a knock on the knife. That's what it's designed to do. So, and it does work well. Again, I wish I could get it, show you guys what I'm talking about using my back pocket hank roll or knife roll from Steel Capital. But you'll just have to take my word for it and look up Emerson Wave on the YouTubes, and I'm sure you will find someone much better than myself that can demonstrate that. Again, this is a knife that I'm not gonna. Man, the last knife or last video I just put up, I said it's not for me either, but I would recommend it, and that's true. Just because it's not for me, my own personal preferences, doesn't mean I can't appreciate this for what it is and see how this could be a useful tool for someone. Um, yeah, I would have no hesitations recommending this knife if I knew what the purpose is. Right, uh, mission drives gear. Right, that's a kind of a military saying. And so, I could see this being more of a, if you work in like a shop a lot, or even I would say construction. This would be a good knife to have on you. Um, Again, I'm in the plumbing field, but mainly these days it's more office. I'm not out turning wrenches anymore. I've gotten soft, SAWFT, soft in my later in my career, so I am not hard using knives for my job like I used to be. But I could see myself carrying this back in my plumbing days, for sure. I could see it again on the bigger side of things. If you're looking for something smaller, that Spider Monkey is supposed to be again significantly smaller than this. Can't give that my recommendation because I've never handled that, but I would say the Southern Grind Bad Monkey gets the Stevie stamp of approval. Um, One more time. You're getting made in USA knife, carbon fiber. This is so the price might be different on some of the other variants, but on this variant, made in USA, running on phosphor bronze washers, we think 14C28 and nice flat slicey grind there. 4-inch blade, carbon fiber. Um, if you want to stick a lanyard on it, you can. It's got the lanyard tube. Um, uh, Again, good knife. Pocket clip seems goofy to me, but it's functional. Definitely functional. Looking at the pattern of it, maybe a lynch clip might work on that. I don't know. So you could get deep carry, but I don't think so. Just by design, I don't think that this would be super deep carry, but it feels fine in pocket. So if this is something that you think would tickle your fancy, um, I think this knife's a couple years old. I don't think that this is a new knife by any means, but yeah, I would definitely recommend this knife. So there you have it, folks. Southern Grind Bad Monkey. And I mean, the pivot is cool. I do like that's a little bit something different. Gimmicky maybe, but it's something different, you know. And then it's got just the regular pivot screw on the back. I guess think about the body screws. Maybe that does come with a tool. Maybe it doesn't. I should have probably asked Satu Dave about that. But yeah, that's something you'd only need for when you do maintenance on one of these. That's it, folks. That's all I got for you. I'm glad I remembered what the hell I was talking about, because that would have been really boring for you guys if I just sat here going, what? Anyway, go check out Brandon Thrasher's 700 sub giveaway that he has got going on right now. I think he posted it last night, which would have been Saturday night. He's letting it run for 1 week. So I'll have that linked in the description, along with Satu Dave. Again, you'll hear me talk about Satu quite a bit, especially as I'm reviewing the knives that are in the case. The 8 knives that he sent me. You'll hear him, but you'll always hear me talk about Satu. Again, someone that I am getting to know a lot more, and a channel that before he ever sent me knives or before I ever talked to him, a channel that I watched. So he'll be linked in the description as well. That's it. It's almost Super Bowl time for me. I'm gonna go watch the game. I'm not doing anything crazy. I got the house to myself right now. Going to go relax. I'm rooting for Cincinnati. Not because I give a crap about the Bengals, but why not? I'm not a Rams fan either, so I'm not really a big football fan. I'm a Seahawks fan, not a football fan, but a Seahawks fan because, up here, Seattle Seahawks are king. Just not a big football guy. I haven't watched much NFL this year at all, so. But it's the Super Bowl, gotta watch it, right? Should be a decent halftime with everybody. That's it, folks. Until the next one, I'll talk to you then. Deuces.